Back, everybody, to the Horror Returns. I'm Lance. With me, as always, we got Brian, we got Philip, we got Nez on the call. He said he's going to try to jump in, but he's road tripping it, so he might jump in to give his psycho scores or cool of the week or wrestling returns, like a mini
Yeah,
wrestling returns. But
yeah, we still got to do WrestleMania. We haven't done that one yet.
oh yeah, well, we're at least we're keeping the website up to date, Brian. So if you go to thehorrorreturns.com, I think I've got all the newest shows up there.
Yeah, I heard about that website.
All
Pretty
right.
pretty cool.
So y'all want to? It's
a little
Easter
underground,
Sunday.
but it's awesome.
I will go last for cool of the weeks because I think I got like 8 movies I watched this week.
Ah,
Oh,
and I have to think
because I got to think about it first.
Uh-oh.
Or if you guys want me to go first, doesn't matter.
Oh man.
Hey,
What's
there's
up,
Nez.
Nez?
Yo,
What's your cool of the week, man?
there's French bread right now. I had to run to the store. The old lady cracked the whip, so
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to record. What's going on here? So,
We just started like 2 minutes ago.
all right. Cool of the week. I just got back from Arizona. I went back to the motherland on the Navajo reservation to visit family and my grandmother. My parents live off the res, but they live like miles away from there. So got to spend time with my son, my oldest son, Mark, and his girlfriend. Shout out to them. And just the road trip there and back, 16 hours one way.
Yeah.
Try
Try doing it in an EV. It'll be 24 hours each way. You have to stop and charge.
Oh no, we're not that high roller yet. But I was thinking that along the way, especially from Reno, Nevada to Las Vegas, it's a big, huge stretch. There used to be just nothing but small little one-horse towns and a lot of brothels, but it seems like all the brothels kind of disappeared. And there's still a couple in there hanging in there.
Yeah, I saw some of your pictures, man.
That one I did not.
Not from inside the brothel.
I would like to go into that alien one. For those of you that are familiar with that, I can't remember the highway.
There's a brothel?
Yes, there's a gas station.
At a gas station. All right.
It's kind of close to Area 51.
Station sushi was bad. Hey yo.
Yeah, it's close to Area 51 from what they were saying, like right over the mountains from it. And my little or my grandsons, they love aliens and everything, so we went in there just to let them have a good time, look around. There's nothing, but they sell T-shirts and regular gas station stuff. Right. And there's a little cafe way in the back, but off to the right of it. I did not see it there until my wife pointed it out. I went, what? So we drove over there. Yeah, and it's Alien Brothel or something, whatever it says. Area 51 Alien Brothel. I can't remember. But I was like, whoa.
Are they dressed up like the girls from Star Trek or something?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, can you go in there and say, hey, I want you to put this alien costume on or put on this...
oh, they probably would for the right
amount of
money.
Imperial outfit. Can you please put this on? I don't know what...
Something with tentacles.
Yeah, you know how much money they would make if you got guys want them dressed like Ahsoka or something like that?
Yeah, that's true.
There was some girls in the bathroom, my wife said. They were getting all dolled up. She didn't know if they were going next door to make that money.
At the gas station?
Yeah.
They were going to make money, but not over there.
So that was cool. We stopped in Las Vegas. My son and I, we spent the night. He had been to Vegas numerous times, but only in the airport. To transfer to somewhere else. So we finally got to do a little bit of the Vegas experience that he has. He's only 18. He couldn't gamble or nothing. So he never really saw the strip or the old strip or anything. We stayed at Circus. I was watching this thing on TikTok and they were saying that it was like one of the worst places to stay in Vegas, and they showed the rooms all cruddy and
it is. I've stayed there many times. It's affordable. But if you stay out into the manor, was what they call it, kind of like complexes out on the side of there's a lot of shit goes down. out there because it's so far from the. That's not far from the casino, but it's separate from the casino.
We stayed in one of the towers. I don't know. It was nice. It was clean. It wasn't like all the pictures I saw. I mean, I'd stayed there a long time ago when I was a kid, when it was old Vegas, when the mob and all them were running it. Not like with all these new Excalibur, New York, New York. None of that was there yet. So, we stayed there. We did what we could. We drove around, showed them all the lights and everything. We stopped into Nightmare Toys. And
cool.
Nightmare Cafe that's right next to it. Shout out to Nightmare Christie. We went in there, bought stuff that I didn't need. Listen to the Next East Society. I'll tell you everything I bought. Then we went to the Nightmare Cafe. It was like a bar, just regular bar food and stuff like that. So it was pretty good. The themes of the menu and everything, that was really cool. Let me read one of the things. I had the Cujo. That's what it was called. It was basically
a dog burger.
Okay, it's Cujo. I think it's number 15, or maybe that was $15. I don't know. All beef, bacon, wrapped hot dog, grilled onion, roasted bell peppers, coleslaw, white barbecue, bruschetta roll. I think that's how you say it, and house fries. The fries were really good. They really seasoned them up. But other things they got there, they got dead heat, original or spicy. I think that's just fried chicken. The chicken in the woods, sorority Poe. The Fungus, the Blair Witch Waffle Project, Portrait of a Salad Killer, the Monster Salad, the Midday Meat Train, Killer Corn from Outer Space, Voodoo Chicken Strips, Crowley's
Killer
Wings.
Corn from Outer Space? They didn't even go with like a Children of the Corn thing?
No. That is beer battered crispy corn, cheese, candied bacon, cilantro, pork, paprika, garlic, mayo. I don't know what it is, but I assume on corn. But it was stuff like that. So we just went to the restaurant, we ate, then we went to the store and bought up. We were driving around all night showing them everything, but for some reason we kept passing that place, the Nightmare Cafe, which was open all hours because it is a bar. I don't know what was going on there Friday night, but it looked like it was going on because the music was bumping out there, lights, everybody in there having a good time. If I didn't have my son, I would have been in there, but I had to be the good dad, and I didn't. I took one down real quick when I left him in the room. But that was cool. On our way down there, we stopped at Tonopah, and we stopped at the Clown Motel. Just really quick, we went inside, or went and just kind of looked at it, took pictures, and then left. On our way back home, we actually stopped and went into it. I filmed some stuff. I recorded a quick little interview with one of the workers there. He let us go into one of the rooms, which was cool.
Nice.
I did not know they made these movies called Clown Motel. Brian, we're gonna get that one out of the way whenever you get to it.
We're gonna talk about it. All right.
It's a movie.
Yes, so, it is.
We'll go into it more. Just check out the next ESP at the movies or whatever. But it was cool. The little interview that guy gave me, shout out to Chris. It was interesting. It was only a couple minutes, but what he said was cool, and I want to go back there and maybe stay there. I don't know when. He kind of creeped me out with some of the stuff he was saying. So listen to the Next East Society. We'll go into all that and listen to the interview that he gave me. So those are the things we did, running around down there and then visiting family, seeing my grandma. She's 96 years old. She'll be 97 in June. So I think on the more spiritual side, and for me, I needed to see her because I had not seen her in 7 years. So it was good to see her. Of course, the tears came out because I rarely go down there. And I feel bad that I should go down there as much as I should because she's so up there in age. Because when it's her time, I don't know if I'll go down there. Well, my mom and dad are down there, so most likely. But it was really cool. Drama, of course, when you get down there with family. But other than that, it was an awesome trip. My grandsons finally got to go back to the motherland for the first time. This is their motherland too, as well, here in California on the res that we live on. But we had a good time. I had a really good time. It was awesome. 16-hour drive there, back. I slept all day. But yeah, I'm here. That's my cool.
Nice.
That was my cool week of the
So
week.
Alien Brothel.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that down.
Okay, well, I remembered mine, so I'll jump in because they're not awesome or horror related. I did have one horror
Okay.
related one, but it's not really my cool of the week. It's I See You. It's on Netflix. You guys seen that?
Yeah.
I saw it
Yeah.
a long time ago.
I don't
Is-
remember if we reviewed it or not, but it took me till halfway through the movie to go, wait a minute, I've watched this before.
Uh-oh. You've seen it before.
So it's my not cool of the week.
Ouch. Ouch.
It's all right. I mean, Helen Hunt's there. She looks like one of the cat people from Sleepwalkers, but
Was the Reanimator in that one?
Huh?
Was the Reanimator in that one?
Jeffrey Combs?
Yeah. Or am I thinking of something different?
I think you're thinking of something else.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Helen Hunt, and she did something weird to her face, man. She looks crazy in this movie.
Just a
Oh,
lot of-
that's the one with the people in the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I covered that one. I think it was last year or the year.
Yeah,
before.
I had
I
totally
think we did it. I
forgotten
think
about
we did it together for 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like
Sounds familiar.
people are like, what are the frogging or
Froggy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, especially since I've forgotten I watched it. And then
well.
ran across some old school family fun. We watched The Mask.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Dude, great fucking movie, man. I haven't seen it in years.
Right?
And then I got on a Jim Carrey kick, and I watched The Truman Show after that, which
Nice.
Okay.
is maybe my favorite Jim Carrey movie. So, had a pretty good time. Not
So
too
what-
horror-y, but Truman
we
Show
put-
was quite cool.
we put down The Mask or Truman?
Truman Show.
Oh, Truman Show.
Yeah.
All right.
Did the kids watch Truman Show with you?
No, they had already gone to bed,
Oh, okay.
but they really enjoyed The Mask. I mean, they're 10 and 12.
Oh, I enjoyed The Mask, man.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
Don't ever show them the Mask tube
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Oh.
bad?
with Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one. I haven't seen that one.
My favorite is Ace Ventura, the first one, Pet Detective.
Is that the one? Is that the one where he's like coming out of a giraffe or an elephant or something? Or
That was the second
is that-
one.
okay.
I think mine would be really like the Cable Guy.
That's a good one. Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one.
I just
Cable
watched that
Guy.
one. I just watched that one the last time I was at work.
Yeah.
I forgot how dark it was on how
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
weird
dark.
and crazy he was.
Yeah. The Mask was cool because it gave him a chance to show off some acting chops. He wasn't just playing a character the whole time, but he was part of the time. And
Sure.
also smoking hot Cameron Diaz,
yeah, she's
Yeah.
pretty hot.
who I'm not even a real big fan of, but goddamn, she
Right.
was hot in that movie.
Agreed. All right. Well, my cool of the week, Brian. I know you've seen this one. Newer movie called Spoonful of Sugar.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know who this young actress is that plays the babysitter, but I think
Yeah.
she's got a future, man. She's got a lot of range, and she definitely convinced me she was insane. And basically, instead of her idea of microdosing was taking like 3 drops of acid, and then she started giving it to the kid.
Daily.
Then and then she started giving it to the kid she was babysitting, and they were tripping together, and it was. You guys seen that one yet, Nez, Philip?
That seems like a bad idea.
I never heard of it.
It's on Shudder.
Yeah, she
Okay.
did an awesome job because she kind of plays like a youngish acting kind of girl when you first meet her in the movie, and then her progression
Right.
through the movie of kind of, I guess, acting like a woman, even though she's not a younger girl. She's what, early 20s or something.
At least, yeah. I think I looked her up, and she's like 29
Yeah.
or something like that. So it's kind of like weird when those actresses they get the pigtails. I think made her look younger too.
Yeah.
That she was wearing at the beginning.
And plus, I felt like, she's trying to portray a specific image to get that job. So,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it worked. It's a good movie, man. It may be one of my favorites of the year. It's real early to tell, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. You guys have Shudder, check it out. Yeah.
all right, it was on me.
Yes, sir.
We're ready for the marathon here, Brian.
All right, I'll try to make it quick. First one is a new Blumhouse release. I think it's going to end up being on MGM Plus, but it's out there. It's called Unseen. You
I've
guys
heard of this one. Yeah, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, basic premise is a lady that works as a cashier at a gas station gets a phone call from someone she doesn't know. The lady lets her know, I've been kidnapped. I just escaped from my boyfriend. He's trying to kill me. I'm lost in the woods and I broke my glasses and I can't see. I need you to basically FaceTime me to be my eyes.
Oh, wow.
And I thought it was a good
That's
little
kinda
thriller. I just like the whole aspect of her having to be, the person's eyes for them, through the phone. And good little story. Quick watch. I think it was about an hour and 20.
Oh,
So
perfect.
and
Perfect for my lunch hour at work.
yeah, Lance, it goes by too. They get right into it. So another one I checked out is also around that time frame, hour and 20, is The Park.
Is this the one with the kids that are in the amusement park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, a virus happens, wipes out all the adults because it doesn't affect children, and then you just got these children trying to survive in basically a post-apocalyptic type of environment. And you immediately get introduced to two kids murdering another kid with a machete because they're trying to take his backpack to see if he has food and water.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a Lord of the Flies redo, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the kids did a good job. They had to balance that kind of trying to be much older than you really are because you're dealing with serious situations, but also, at times being a child.
Right.
So I thought it was entertaining. So
That sounds cool.
That one's out there too.
Okay.
What's it called?
The Park.
I'll watch that.
Kind of reminded me of that one Star Trek episode when they went on that planet and
Mary. Yeah, Mary.
All the kids were alive.
No.
Let's see. Now to the bigger releases. Checked out Inside with Willem Dafoe.
How was that?
It's good. It kind of leaves you, I guess, what's the word? Ambiguous ending.
Okay.
Like you try to figure out what happened because he's an art thief, or he's a thief. He breaks into this rich person's like high-rise apartment, and something goes wrong, and he gets locked in there, and there's like no water. The heat's rising. There's like the glass is unbreakable. Like,
oh shit.
He has no way. It's soundproof because he's beaten. He gets to the point where he's
Yes,
like, fuck it, I'm gonna beat on the front door and scream for help because there's maids and stuff cleaning the hallway outside. Can't hear anything. And basically it's just him trying to survive and him kind of going into madness as he goes on, because you're isolated by yourself, talking to yourself, and with no food and no water. He has food and water, but he has to like ration it. So
that's wild.
It's pretty good. I just kind of wish there was a clear-cut ending.
I got
instead of like, oh, what did he get out? Did he not get out? Is it all in? Did he die? Is it all in his head? So check it out. It's also out there.
Ah, okay. Not on a streaming service then.
You can rent it.
Okay. Maybe I'll rent it on iTunes then.
Checked out Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Oh, how was that?
I didn't hate it. I didn't like it as much as the first one. I don't know what the big fuss is that this movie it doesn't deserve to be a flop. The only problem I had with it is I feel like we didn't get enough Billy Batson. We got more of him as Shazam, which is kind of weird. So you're trying to imply that he's Shazam like all the time, this kid.
Right. Yeah.
And then I felt like when he was Shazam, the way Zachary Levi played it kind of was a little less mature than the child actor played the character.
More kiddish.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It was a lot more about his buddy, Adam Brody's character.
Yeah, Eddie from It.
Yeah, that kid, the one with I think he's on crutches.
Yeah.
It would seem like it was more dealing with him and everything. But I mean, it was good. It made me laugh. I liked it. I didn't see what everyone hated about it. They even hated the first one, and then but this apparently this is it for Shazam. I don't know if we're getting more from any of these people.
I'm not going to spoil it, but from the end credit scene, I think we'll get Shazam, but I don't think we'll get Shazam movies.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Well, how long has this movie been out? It's been a couple weeks, hasn't it?
I already heard about the after who shows up in the after credits scene.
Okay,
Mr. Mind.
Oh no, I was talking about the scene with the two people that help Peacemaker.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not the little Nazi, huh? Nez.
No,
not him.
the lady and the dude with the beard that help Peacemaker. They show up and they recruit him to what he thinks is Justice League, but it's the Justice Society, which I don't know how far that'll go on because they introduced that in Black Adam, and we're not getting Black Adam no more. So I don't know if they're just retconning it or.
I want to know which version of the Justice Society they were going to do. I mean, they obviously can't do the first one, which had Batman and Superman, if I remember right. But I don't know, because there was so many in there, and I don't. If they want to just hype up what they have that's big now, but with James Gunn, they're starting all over, so I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I'll watch it, but.
And I think that's why the movie flopped, because you can't release. It's like when Disney bought Marvel, or not Marvel, when Disney bought Fox and got the X-Men back, and they were about to release X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Right.
Nobody cared, because they were like, well, this movie's not going to have anything to do with the MCU, so why go watch it? So I think that's what happened.
I ever saw it.
I liked it.
I know, that's why I still haven't watched it to this day.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It definitely, it's not going to go anywhere, but.
Well, what's her name? That was the only reason. The chick from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah. Her.
And I cannot believe. Are you? Was that your last one, or are you still going?
I got 3 more.
Okay, you got 3 more, and I forgot.
Don't forget it. Don't forget
it. It's huge. I should have said.
Okay, real quick. I checked out 65. Stu talked about it when he was on here.
Movie. Okay.
It's cool. It's 90 minutes of Kylo Ren, protecting a little girl, trying to, fend off dinosaurs and trying to get back home. So
they go back in time? Is that what they do?
No, this was, if I watched the movie correctly, it's 65 million years before us as we know it on the planet.
So it's an alien species that crashed lands
essentially
on Earth,
he's on a space exploration,
right?
Okay.
Oh,
and
okay.
he has people that are cryogenically sleeping, and they crash.
Okay.
And everybody dies.
That happens in every time there's cryogenic freezing in a spaceship.
I was about to say, don't say that. I'm watching it later, but never mind.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I wish there was more to it, but it was fun.
It's a dinosaur. It's a sci-fi dinosaur movie.
Yeah.
With,
Gotcha.
I keep calling him Kylo Ren. I can't ever remember his name.
He's Kylo Ren. Adam Driver.
Okay. Yeah, Adam Driver.
That was a divorce movie. All I saw was Kylo Ren.
Sorry, Nez. I didn't.
All right. As long as Will Smith and his son didn't show up, you're good.
No.
I just watched that one again. I liked it. It's slow and boring, but I liked it. It's not his worst.
Let's see. I checked out Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
What'd you think?
Okay.
I liked it.
I did too.
If you're thinking it's going to be a heist movie like the first two, it's not this movie. This movie at all. I think they did a awesome job with creating this world, this quantum realm with all these aliens and basically this whole civilization of all these different creatures that lived there. I thought they looked cool. I thought Kang was badass, and then I liked the progression of the story. We got introduced to one of the Kangs, and it's kind of off to the races now with what they're going to do with that. And I know one of the end credit scene, everybody thought it was kind of goofy, but I liked it. I flipped out with that very, very last one.
Yeah.
I'm ready for what's coming with that one.
Oh, for the series?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm ready. I was so hyped at that part.
Does it tie into Secret Wars?
No,
Okay.
not that one. It ties into one of the TV series.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
One of the fan favorite TV series.
Yeah.
It should be on Disney Plus in a week or two, and when it is, I'll watch it.
Lance,
Moon Knight?
16th, I think.
Okay.
The only good series out of them, in my opinion.
Moon Knight.
What, Moon Knight?
Moon
No.
Knight sucked.
I talked to
I'm
Theo
still trying
about
to
that.
finish Moon Knight.
No, I'm just saying the series that it is dealing with is the best series they have.
Okay.
Okay.
And my last one, I'm making my cool of the week because I try to keep it horror on this show. Is
Yeah.
Lance? I think you need to check it out because you are the Chucky fan.
Yes.
And I checked out the documentary "Living with Chucky" on Screenbox.
All right. I
What's
will. I'm gonna have to get Screenbox.
What? Yeah, is that something else we got to get now?
It's
Yeah.
it's like Shudder, but they're starting to get their own exclusives. Like they had the Terrifier movies before they were on.
Is it
anything
$4.99 like Shudder?
Yeah.
Or is it
$4.99.
Okay. Not too bad.
Damn you!
Not too bad.
All right.
We can go $250 each, Nez.
All right. Yeah, let's do that.
This is
really quick. Kang. Do you think they're going to continue using that actor because of the trouble he got into?
I don't give a
okay.
damn.
I'm not gonna. He got a little domestic violence type.
Don't
situation.
cancel him. Don't cancel Kang.
I'm gonna say it like this: if he did that, then yeah, replace him because especially if it's the story they're saying that happened, yeah. But if he's innocent,
oh no.
If he's innocent, then he's innocent, and he's innocent until proven guilty. So
innocent until proven guilty.
And from what I've read, some
Marvel better pay big bucks to push that trial date back.
No, but I don't even know if it'll make it to trial because I read something that his lawyer said they have somebody took footage on phone that basically proves his side of the story. And
wow.
Let's hope it is.
And they're also saying the lady in question is kind of going back on her statement. So
Marvel money.
Is it some random lady?
I don't think so.
Okay. No, it's someone he knows.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Keep your hands to yourself, you young boys out there.
I mean,
it ain't worth it, especially if you're famous. It ain't worth it.
It's kind of famous. Kind of unfortunate that when this happened is when Creed came out.
Right.
Did you guys see that?
Well, fits right in with his character. We loved it. We didn't think it was a carbon copy of Rocky V, Nez.
Yeah, it was. That was totally Rocky V and Rocky 3.
Okay, real quick, let me finish and then we'll get back to Creed.
All right. And then, Philip, don't forget your other one.
Yeah.
Living with Chucky is done by Kyra Elise Gardner. She is the daughter of Tony Gardner. He does a lot of effects for the Chucky movies. So that's where the title of the documentary comes from, because she basically grew up around Chucky and the actors and the people that worked on it. Great documentary. They go from the first Chucky movie all the way through all the movies up to the Chucky series. They get everybody in there for interviews, and they even get like actors that didn't have anything to do with the movie. They were just big fans of the series. Like Abigail Breslin, Lynn Shay, fucking Marlon Wayans shows up because he's a big fan of the series.
That's random.
So yeah, when I had to rewind it because I was like, when was he in one of the movies? But I guess he's friends with the lady that made the documentary. She's friends with the dad that did the effect. Okay,
that's cool.
And I'm assuming that's probably how he's probably asked, since you're big fans of the franchise, come talk about it on this documentary. And you learn a lot of things about the making of it, the people dealing with it, how this was a big thing in the career of Fiona Dourif, how she probably would have just not really been noticed as an actress if it wasn't for her doing the role she has in the series or the franchise. So
yeah, that makes sense.
And she also comments how weird it is, basically, if you've seen the Chucky series or the movies, at one point her dad's character is inhabiting her body, so she has to play the part of her dad's character living inside her body, and
Yes.
how awkward it is, and a lot of the
That's
scenes.
pretty cool. And she still does it. She still does it through the series, Brian.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you talking about Chucky's? The Chucky.
Fiona Duro.
Yeah. Really quick. Last year at Texas Frightmare, my buddy's son, he loves Chucky and all that. So he stood in her line to meet her. It was like forever to be in that line, but he got up there and met her. She signed whatever he had, took a picture. Oh no, before he took the picture with her, her dad was right next to her. But he was telling her how big of a fan he was, and she was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." I think he was like 15. So he was standing there for a picture, and then she went, "Dad, get in here." So he slid right in, and I told him, I said, "Dude, you're fucking lucky." Yeah. I said, look at his line, and all he had to do was slide over and take a picture with you with his daughter. He was super happy.
That is amazing.
They're both really cool.
Yeah, they're both really cool.
I 100% recommend a documentary. Even the stuff with Jennifer Tilly, like she didn't even want to do the movie. What was it? Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
She didn't even want to do a Chucky movie until she met with Don Mancini, and he basically said that he wrote that character with her in mind and broke it down to her, and she was just like, okay, I'll do it. And then she said it's been one of the best things, one of the greatest, funnest things she's done in her career.
Yeah, definitely where I know her from.
Yeah, I'm picking up the network, Nez. We'll figure something out. I gotta watch this.
Which one? It says go premium for ad free. Which is that, the yearly one?
I don't know. I get mine through Amazon, and it's $4.99. So
we'll figure it out. We'll find a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Creed 1. Creed 3. How was it compared to 5?
Let me think. I saw the movie when it came out.
Well, there was boxing.
There was a video. I had thought about it when I was watching. I was like, well, that's like this. There was a video somebody made.
Okay.
Compared, showing the scenes of Creed, then some scenes of Rocky 5. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought that too before I saw that video. It was just some small little things, but I just...
So you saying Dame was basically Tommy Gunn?
Yeah.
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, that's how it was. Because
Tommy the Machine Gun.
When what's Killmonger's name? Adonis or whatever. When he comes out and Kang is leaning on his truck, waiting for him, then they show a scene of Rocky coming out of Mighty Mix.
Say hi to everybody.
Hey, coming out of Mighty Mix, and there's Tommy standing there waiting for him, and I was like, wait a minute. But then there was some other things with Rocky 3 and everything. I mean, overall, the movie, I liked the movie. The thing that bothered me the most was that fight scene at the end. I didn't like the whole little artsy shit they tried to do. Just give me a straight boxing match. That's all I
kind of took it as they were tuning out the crowd, and it was just them.
But when it was like a Broadway show when the bars from the prison came down and everything. I was like, what does the cage match?
Well,
right, Brian, especially if they broke into song.
Then I would have 0.
I would have walked out.
I would have given it a 10.
He had to put some kind of stamp on it as his directorial. He had to put his flair on it, that's why there was a lot of anime references, and some of the punches, I guess, I don't know. What I read were like anime style.
Or kind of had. Well, I don't know, but
and then
I just wanted a straight fight. Give me a good fight like all the other movies.
And then the scene of the beginning of the flashback of when he was younger, that's why there was a lot of anime posters, because that's how Michael B. Jordan grew up. So
like in Hardball?
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Or The Wire.
Oh, man. I just started watching
Or all My Children.
Sad. In The Wire.
He started it out in All My Children.
Did he?
I think it was or was it General Hospital? Where he played Reggie.
I don't remember him All My Children. But
I remember my wife used to watch it. Here, I'm gonna have to look it up. I think it was General. Maybe it's General Hospital. Y'all go ahead.
All right,
they off
Phil.
that island? Remember that, Lance?
Yeah, they did end up on an island on that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Luke,
It was
Luke
like
and
Lost.
Laura, was that their name?
And then I can't
That's
believe
how old we are, everyone.
my main one. We went to go see the Super Mario Brothers.
Oh,
Fucking awesome, man.
Oh,
Ah,
all
good.
right.
I
that's
want to
what
see
I'm.
it.
And it's
I'm
another
hearing only
movie.
good.
It's another movie. The Rotten Tomato score is like 50, and the audience score is like 98 or something like that.
Yeah, that's because they hate Chris Pratt. But
Does he talk like Mario?
Why you hate to
no,
Chris Pratt?
if he had been doing the "It's me, Mario" the entire movie,
Right.
dude, you'd have got tired of it after 5 minutes.
I mean, I don't know. When I first saw the trailer, when he talked, I wasn't like, hey, that's not how he's supposed to sound.
Right.
I
Right.
thought the animation looked cool, and it's using all the stuff from the games, and I was like, that seems pretty fun.
The
Was
voice
Louis-
thing is not weird.
It was all my children. Sorry.
The voice
Was
thing is
Luigi
not
Mexican in this one?
but they do address
was Luigi Mexican?
Well, what's his name? Isn't John Leguizamo?
Yeah, he was
Mexican?
Luigi.
I think he's Puerto Rican.
But I mean,
Oh, okay.
Bob-
Sorry.
fuck's
So I didn't
sake,
mean to
Bob
offend
Hos-
anyone.
Bob
I thought-
Hoskins was Mario. I mean,
You know what,
that's
Nez?
why-
Just
that's why
just
Mario
because
get
just
offended
because you did that, that's coming to Stream Fiend soon.
Uh-oh.
Super
I have not
Mario
seen.
Bros.
Last time I saw it was when it came out. I think that was the only time I seen it.
No, but I thought Chris Pratt did a great job. Charlie Day as Luigi was freaking perfect.
Right?
Jack Black, of course.
Sure.
Even Seth Rogen's annoying ass was pretty good at Donkey Kong, and they had Fred Armisen
no.
as like.
I see a spinoff movie in the works.
Oh, I'm sure there's probably going to be a whole Nintendo universe. There's tons of Easter eggs. They do address the voice. There's like a commercial for the Mario Brothers at the very beginning of the movie,
Okay.
and in the commercial, they're speaking in that super thick Italian. Hey, it's me and my brother Luigi. We're gonna fix your pipe, you know. And then the commercial goes off, and they're like, "Did we do too thick on the accent?" And they're like, "Nah, it's all right."
See, I like that.
Yeah.
You address the voice.
Yeah.
Right?
So I thought, I mean, it's not gonna win any awards, but it was
It
every
might.
bit as good as the Sonic movie.
Should win the Oscar.
It might win the Oscar. Best animated movie. You never know.
No, best feature film.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
How many of those movies did you watch, Lance?
Oh, the Mario Brothers movies?
No, the Academy, the
The Oscar movies.
Oh, I saw most of them.
I watched the most important
I think-
one. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Well, Everything
watched
Everywhere
all
All
of
at Once deserved what it got, but I think the Banshees should have at least gotten a best director.
Get the fuck out of here.
I won't.
Real quick,
Best screenplay, maybe.
have you guys seen this Barbie trailer?
What is
does
that?
it have Ryan Gosling in it?
Is this movie for adults?
It's for people that
so.
grew up with Barbie, like probably
Okay.
before me.
Because there's a scene
Lance.
at the end. It's like a teaser. There's a scene at the end.
Okay.
There's supposed to be like multiple Kens, and
Yeah.
they're about to get into a fight at the beach, and they're talking about I'll beat you off. You want to have a beach off right now? And then they're like going back and forth. No one's gonna beach me off. I'll beach both of you off. And I'm just kind of like, who is this made for? And one of the Kens is being played by Shang-Chi.
You know, Brian. I think you know.
Shang-Chi, all right.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
They will have a beach off and beach each other off. I was just it was funny. It kind of made me want to watch the movie if it was going to have that kind of humor. But
I think it is, man. I think it's gonna be better than you expect.
Are they going to step in? I'm watching the trailer. Are they going to stay in this Barbie world, or are they going to come out into the real world?
I don't know. I thought it was hilarious when Margot Robbie takes her shoes off and her feet are like
Yeah.
the Barbie dolls. You know how that's on the tippy toes. Her feet are like that without the shoes.
Maybe she'll take her shirt off too, right?
I don't know what the rating is. So.
Well, she's got panties on now. Not in our day, she didn't have any.
Right?
I think
Oh,
Michael Cera is one of the Kens,
Oh God,
Yeah.
and of
There's
course
hella fools in there.
that's insane.
Will Ferrell's like the evil toy CEO guy.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah, it kind of.
Oh my God.
I kind of want to watch it. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Oh,
I don't think
absolutely.
I don't think I'll go to the theater and watch it because my kid.
Never say never.
My youngest daughter was never. Actually, both of my daughters were never into Barbies. So
seems like it was more of an '80s thing. Like I remember my cousin used to. We caught him upstairs one time. He had taken all their clothes off and he was drawing pubic hair on.
he's trying to make them anatomically correct.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were watching the Barbie thing.
If I was severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken. I'll beat you off with you any day, Ken. Anyone who wants to beat him off has to beat me off first. I will beat both of you off at the same time.
What the hell is this?
We know where this is going.
And like people like gather around. He was like, "Oh, I will beat you off everybody here."
Yeah, is that the Master of Kung Fu? No.
Yeah.
That is it. I need to watch that one again. I like that movie.
Sorry, I had to bring that up real quick because I was confused at what age it was geared towards.
All right, I'm putting it down as your cool of the week. Barbie trailer. Okay.
Okay, got it.
All right, next.
Barbie. Well, if you want to stick to the horror, you know how evil the Barbie is. Did you guys watch that? The Toys That Made Us.
Oh yeah.
Watch the Barbie one, dude. I didn't realize how ruthless they were. But
hey,
I heard you talking about that on
the toy world, and you're dealing with millions of dollars and shit like that.
Right,
need that market share.
Cutthroat.
Yeah.
Mattel, man, they're ruthless.
Mattel. All right, Brian. You got any headlines to throw at us besides the Barbie trailer?
Yeah. This will be all over the place. I didn't continue my streak of taking notes. That
all right.
That lasted 1 week. So let's see, what do we have here? This found out last night. Another show pulled off HBO Max and is now streaming for free on Roku. Ridley Scott's Raised by Wolves. So they're continuing to pull shows off of streaming sites we pay for to put them on streaming sites we don't have to pay for.
Well,
is that good or bad?
Exactly. That's not all bad necessarily. If you don't
but
commercials.
If I'm paying, it's an HBO made show. If I'm paying for HBO Max, I want to watch HBO shows.
True.
If they're just going to eventually pull them on and put them on these free streaming sites, and I'll just not pay for HBO Max then.
Well, might be a good idea.
I hadn't watched anything on HBO Max in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, like House of the Dragon.
Something
House Party.
Oh,
House
God.
Party.
That movie was garbage. We need to do that to finish the franchise.
We have to. We did all
Nez
the
already
other
covered it, man.
No, I'll talk about it again.
We'll do a full breakdown of how
funny
it was.
If we did part 4 and the night or whatever the hell that one was, we got to finish it with this one.
Ay.
Let's see. James Wan's supernatural thriller Night Swim gets a January 5th, 2024 release. So it looks like that'll be the first horror movie we'll be checking out next year.
Is he directing or just producing?
Directing. It's part of his new deal with Universal.
All right.
January horror movie. Okay.
Let's see. We got some casting for the new Pennywise series. Welcome to Derry. Taylor Page, Jovan Adipo, which he was the main character in that Overlord movie.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Chris Chalk and James Remar.
Well,
Ajax.
Nothing super exciting there. But
I like James Remar.
Welcome to Derry.
What about Skarsgård? Is he in it?
That's what I was wondering.
They said as of now he is not locked in.
Okay.
That kind of sounds like negotiating to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Throw that check at him.
Because, they say it's a lot more work doing TV than movies. So
yeah,
I mean, he doesn't have to be in every episode though, Brian. He could just kind of pop in a couple times a season.
He has to be in it though at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah, if they stick somebody else in his place, it's not gonna work.
Oh yeah, that would be bad.
You can't get one of the other Skarsgård brothers and throw him in there and say this is Pennywise.
Or the dad.
Oh, Stellan?
Yeah, get Stellan in there.
I kind of want to see that now.
I'm Pennywise.
I can't put Alexander in there.
Almost
too good looking.
Let's see. Paramount's rated horror western Oregon Trail has been rated R.
You've died of dysentery.
Based on the text-based video game?
Loosely.
I hope so. That sounds awesome.
You got dysentery.
Okay.
You found a can of pork and beans. A for open, B for not open it. He hit A. You died of food poisoning.
we've all like so far. We pretty much like Pearl and X, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're kind of looking forward to Maxine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we got
set in the 80s. Hell yeah.
Casting confirmed: Giancarlo Esposito, Kevin Bacon, Elizabeth Debicki, Moses Sonny, Michelle Monaghan, Bobby Cannavale, Lily Collins, and Halsey, the singer.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Have all joined the cast.
Great cast, man.
Okay.
Great
I
cast.
assume Mia Goth's still in this one?
Yeah.
Kind of has to be, right?
Also, I believe, co-wrote the movie. Because I guess she had co-wrote the, what was it, Pearl?
Pearl, uh-huh.
Yeah, so. Let's see.
How's that Infinity Pool? Is that any good?
Yeah,
I liked it.
I think we all liked it pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check it out still.
She was really good in it, especially when she was throwing that chicken from the bucket.
Yeah, she's Nez. She's a fucking nutcase, and she does it real good in that.
Well, it helps that she doesn't have any eyebrows. It just makes her look more pretty.
I can't stop looking at her eyebrows.
I know.
Her non-eyebrows.
I don't like that. That's something weird with me. No eyebrows or crazy looking eyebrows. I can't stop staring at them.
I never noticed. Me and my wife, we were watching. We had watched the first one, X, in the theaters, and I've never noticed it. And she leaned over and was like, "Where's her eyebrows?" And then now
it's just naturally like that too.
I think they're there. They're just thin and faint that you can, if you have to catch it with some light. Let's see. Five Nights at Freddy's.
For Logan, Philip.
Yeah. October 27th.
Finally.
They already did it better with Nicolas Cage.
Theater and Peacock, same day.
Cool. We can watch it at home.
Which is what everybody else is going to think.
Right.
Well, from what I understand, if it's going to create the same atmosphere as the game, you probably want to see it in the theater.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Well, that shows they have no faith in it if they're going to release it same day.
True.
It has, what's his name from Hunger Games? Peter Bread.
Yay.
You don't want to rush to the theater to watch it?
Future Man?
Yeah.
Future Man himself, huh?
Is it rated R?
That's their big name.
PG-13.
That's their big name.
That's why. Well, they want the younger audience, and that's why they go PG-13.
I mean, that makes sense.
I think it'll make decent money because of the popularity with the younger kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And lastly, I don't know if I need to finish the series because it all got spoiled to me. Dexter, 3 spinoffs have been announced in development.
Wow.
I tapped out that last season.
It was pretty good last season, man. Come on. I kind of liked it.
Dexter Origins.
Oh,
I believe it will take place because when we get introduced to Dexter in the first episode of season 1, he has that whole case of the blood samples of all his victims.
Yes.
So I think it'll take place when he starts killing people.
I always thought that was stupid. I love the series, don't get me wrong, but I thought that was dumb. Keeping evidence? What are you doing?
Right. What's up with that?
In 10 years, they're not going to have any original movies left. It's all just going to be spin-offs and sequels.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of there already.
Yeah,
we've been there.
Next spin-off will be about the Trinity Killer.
Okay.
With fuck is his name? Come on, help me out.
John Lithgow.
Yeah, I was gonna say the creepy guy from that horrible Pet Cemetery
Pet
remake.
Cemetery remake.
From
And
Harry and the Hendersons.
Lastly, this
wasn't he a killer in Dexter?
Yeah, he's
the Trinity Killer.
He's gonna.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna
Spoiler
come back
alert.
or something.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Duh. All right, my bad. Sorry, everyone.
Oh yeah, because they never killed him off in the series, did they?
Because he
Brian?
came back.
Spoiler.
Oh,
Not there yet. See, this is why I can't watch the
show. I thought you were all. I thought you didn't watch the last season.
I didn't, but I don't need to now because the final possible spinoff series will be about Harrison Morgan.
Oh.
And
okay.
Reading the news to post it on our social media accounts ended I read a little too much, so I know where that
it happens. Go. It happens. It's still worth watching, man.
Is it? I heard people didn't like the New Blood series.
I did. I enjoyed it.
I think that's the news. We'll finish it off of me getting spoiled, Dexter.
All right. Nez,
better beat him off.
Nez, Philip, you guys ready to go down to the trailer park? Not the brothel, Nez.
Let's go.
Alien
All right.
brothel?
Brian is going to bring us the big, the small, and sometimes the very, very weird. What's the first new trailer tonight, man?
Robert Rodriguez's new action mystery thriller, Hypnotic. Huh. A detective investigates a mystery involving his missing daughter, and a secret government program. This stars Ben Affleck, William Fichtner, Alice Braga, Jeff Fahey, Kelly Fry, and a bunch of other people. I don't need to go through this whole list. Of course, this is, like I said, directed by Robert Rodriguez. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in. I like this kind of mind-bending kind of mystery. Who done it? What happened? Is it really happening? I like these type of movies.
Yeah, got a hell of a cast. I think I'm definitely down for it. It could go. I feel like it could go either way though, because
yes, it could.
Obviously, the bad guy is just like fucking using the Force to hypnotize people.
Mind control.
These are not the words you're looking for.
They tried to quickly explain it in the movie or the trailer, where it's like certain sounds and words and.
Yeah, but he does it awful quick.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get more into it. It almost kind of reminded me of Get Out with the teacup.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like that, but there's a bunch of different versions that you can use if you know how to use them. So
maybe, but like even the teacup scene in Get Out, like took the whole scene to do it, and you could tell him sort of slowly start to drift away. Mm-hmm. And in this one, he's like, "You need to fight that guy." And they're like, "Okay."
So I kind of got the impression that maybe they're mutants. Is that right? Kind of like almost like an X-Men vibe, but they're all able to. They have some kind of weird power to hypnotize, because they call them hypnotics.
Is it they or just the one guy?
They refer to.
Yeah, they said
plural,
they
hypnotics.
Okay.
So
I would kind of be out on that if they were mutants. I kind of like this. Maybe it's a highly trained government agents that are trained in hypnotizing people.
I like that idea better.
Yeah, could be. Well, we're gonna watch it. I mean, it looks interesting. It's got a good cast.
Robert Rodriguez in a Ben Affleck movie. I mean,
right?
Scanners.
Gotta be decent.
You said.
Is it like Scanners? The hypnotics?
Let's see that.
Yeah, I hope maybe we'll get a good head explosion. I don't know.
Men Who Stare at Goats.
Wait, I see a Ben Affleck one under it. Is this something different?
No, it's Ben Affleck.
It's Ben Affleck. Yeah, Batfleck is in it.
He is?
Yeah.
Is he in the trailer?
Yeah.
What the hell did I just watch?
You're looking at that Hypnotic movie, a movie called Hypnotic that came out 2 years ago.
A year ago. Okay.
Yeah.
That looks good. Now
There's an awful lot of strippers in this
that threw
trailer.
me off too, man.
I was like, what the hell? What are you guys
That
talking
was
about, Ben Affleck?
Benson and Moorhead, I think, that directed that one.
Oh, okay. That
it took place in New
good.
Orleans.
Oh, so Batman's
that movie.
I didn't see it. It looked good. I want to watch it.
Okay, it's good, but that's not the one we're talking about.
All right.
I just watched that whole trailer when you guys were talking about like.
All right, we're gonna.
This is the new. This is Hypnotic Remix.
Oh, okay. This looks cool. I'll check it out. Oh, I like that chick. All right, yeah, I'm in.
Alice Braga.
Yeah, her.
Yes.
I like her.
Good cast. Good cast.
She was a badass in what was it, Predators?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she was in that TV series, right?
Oh, Queen of the
South.
Yeah, I heard that's a good show.
Yeah, my wife watched them all.
All right. Hypnotic comes to theaters May 12th.
Okay.
And Nez, you are on the perfect episode because the next trailer we're going to talk about is Ahsoka.
There you go. Have somebody dress up like her at the alien brothel.
All right, I'll watch it, but I don't know.
What are those things on her head called? Would they be like tentacles? Like, how would you?
Tendrils. I don't know.
You're kind of like.
All right, Nez,
like
you don't sound too
Ferengi.
hyped for Ahsoka.
I don't know. It's just. I mean, I love what's
Come
her
on,
name,
man.
Rosario
It's in
Dawson.
universe,
I love
dude.
her, but
But
this better explain to me where the hell she's been this whole time.
It looks like it will. It's showing characters from like 3 or 4 other Star Wars series, so it looks like it's going to tie a lot of shit together.
I'm looking at the cast list. Looks like Hayden Christensen will be coming back as Anakin Skywalker.
There you go, little Annie.
Has to.
Little Annie.
If it's not flashbacks, maybe. Well, when does this take place? This is obviously after the death of Vader. Because this is after. Is this before Mandalorian or after?
I have no idea. That's why I was going to refer to you real quick. Some of the other cast members are Mary Elizabeth Winstead,
Okay.
Ray Stevenson, Natasha Liu Bordizzo. She plays Sabine.
Yep.
And
this is after. I think this is before.
Sabine is from the cartoon, right?
This definitely ties into Endor because I saw a couple of characters from Endor in it.
okay, I'm a fan of Star Wars, but I don't know all the characters. I know people got crazy when Grand Admiral Thrawn popped up in the trailer.
We finally get to see him.
He's from a book.
Yeah, he was from the book and the video games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he like a major character?
Yeah. Because they thought Mendelsohn was gonna be Thrawn in Rogue One.
Right.
They thought that was gonna be him, but it wasn't. So, but I believe this is before. From what I see, I think this is before. I think is before Mandalorian.
I think so.
Close last name. He'll be played by Lars Mikkelsen, not Mendelsohn. And who is Sabine?
Wait! Not Mendelsohn. Was that his name? The guy that was the bad guy in Rogue One?
Rogue One, yeah. Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, all right.
Sabine was from the cartoon one. What?
The Clone Wars.
Okay.
I think it was a Clone Wars.
No, not Clone Wars. The other one, Rebels.
Rebels. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's another major character.
Yeah.
In that particular show, yeah, it's sort of a random one though.
They thought Sabine was gonna pop up.
Yeah.
In Mandalorian, but she didn't. So.
Yeah, that one actually it does have some cool moments in it. Vader pops up a couple of times. I think somebody else comes in the Rebels, but it's not something I ever watched all the way through. I'm about Star Wars out, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm ready for Rey, that new movie.
Yeah, I was about to say we could talk about, since Lance disappeared, could talk about the Star Wars movies that were announced. Nez just brought up the one that'll be featuring Rey, Daisy Ridley coming back.
Oh, okay.
And
now that she's like Grandmaster Jedi or whatever, huh?
There actually is going to be 2 new Star Wars movies. One's going to be directed by James Mangold, and the other one by Dave Filoni.
Okay.
So
we still got to get the Acolyte and all that still. So
that's the one I'm kind of hyped for because I always wanted to see the perspective from the dark side, the other side. So
yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Star Wars is since within the last 20, almost 30 years, it's been just it's back because there was a big gap of nothing from Star Wars after Jedi. I mean, we had the toys and everything, but it was starting to build up before Episode 1 came out, and then it just kind of it did Episode 3, then it took a little break, and then it started coming. And now it's like it's there, and it's not going anywhere. So.
Yeah, but now it sort of seems like I feel the same way about Star Wars as I do about the Marvel universe right now. It's just too much. Like,
yeah, I think
they're kind of slowing it down though.
Yeah, I think they realized they were doing too much, and they came out and said there's not going to be that big a output of shows and movies. I think Star Wars will do the same thing.
Like I haven't even seen an episode of the new Mandalorian season yet.
Oh. So good.
Is it?
I'm waiting to binge it. Don't say anything. I'm waiting to binge it.
Oh my God, it's awesome. I didn't see the last episode, but so far what we've seen, I'm like, man, I'm in.
As far as Ahsoka, speaking from someone that doesn't really know the character, she looks badass. I mean, the action scenes look good, and I wouldn't mind.
I don't know if they were listening to the fans, and because there was before it was even announced, before she even took the role, Rosario Dawson, fans were like hyping and wanting her to do it. All the art and everything that the fans came up with.
Perfect for it.
She's amazing.
I think the artwork is what really pushed it over when you were able to visualize her as the character.
Because when she came out on Mandalorian, oh man, that was tears in my eyes. I mean, I love Rosario Dawson ever since first thing I saw her in, it was Kids. But oh man, she's done amazing. We only seen her in that little bit in Mandalorian, or was it Mandalorian? Yeah. And now we're getting a full show on her. I'm in for it, but I don't know. It's just I just want I just have more questions, and I'm sure they'll answer it all as the series goes on. I don't know if this is a one and done series, but if it continues, I'll watch them. But I mean, I'm in for it. I mean, I'm just all right. Give me answers and do a good job. Don't do what that dumbass did with The Last Jedi and ruin everything. Mm-hmm. Just make it. I don't care what Theo says. Make it good, because what they've done so far with the Star Wars TV shows. I know a lot of people didn't really care for Andor. It was slow, but it wasn't. It was Star Wars, but it wasn't the Star Wars that everybody was used to with the Jedis and the excitement and all that. That was more of just a slow, dramatic stuff of what was going on with Andor, which was amazing. I liked it. I'm glad that they made it, because that I had a lot of questions of that when we were introduced to him in Rogue One. Like, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah.
And the stuff that he was saying, like, oh man, that'd be awesome as a TV show. Then they gave it to us. So that's amazing. I loved it.
So you want the new movies to take us back to that casino planet?
No. Hell no. I don't want none of that shit.
I need some more Skywalker shit in my life, man. Or at least some Jedis and Sith history, something like that. If it doesn't have to do with that, if it's just people doing shit that they could do in any other universe, then I don't care. You know?
I'm glad that they didn't really, with the way Jedi ended, or Last Jedi ended with that little boy with the Force and how anyone can have it.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, the scene from Breaking 2?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm an old man. I was there in 1977 from the beginning. And what they were telling us in the books, in the comic books, and then this motherfucker comes along and gives this bullshit in The Last Jedi. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still watch it, but I get some enjoyment out of it. But I just didn't like what he did. I didn't like that he took JJ's idea and said, "Oh, that's cool," and threw it out the window. This is what I'm gonna do. And
right,
my opinion fucked it all up.
I still don't blame him. I blame the studio.
And what's her name?
Kathleen Kennedy. So
I was blaming her, but she's been hitting it out of the park lately with her decisions on what's going on with the TV show.
She's
still
involved. So
I thought she was only in.
I don't think she's making decisions anymore.
I thought that was only in name only, her position.
I don't know how she didn't get fired.
I thought she was like the main say-so now, dealing with all the Star Wars stuff.
I feel like
I think Dave Filoni and Favreau.
Yeah, I think it's
sort of
Filoni and Favreau. Yeah, I agree. I think it's them, but I think they kept her as like the face to kind of make it seem like nothing's. We know what we're doing here.
Talking wrestling terms now. Come on.
Oh man, we gotta do WrestleMania, everyone. Sorry, man, I was gone for a week, everyone. We're doing our two. It might be, I don't know if it's one show or two, but we're doing WrestleMania.
Yeah, because I have some things to say.
Yeah, I got a lot to say
about that weekend.
I got a lot to say, but yeah,
I don't necessarily think it should be a weekend anymore.
No,
go back to one day.
Yep.
All right, Ahsoka coming to Disney Plus. IMDb doesn't have a date, but
August,
it says
right?
Yeah, it says August 2023.
All right,
midnight. I'll be there.
Not bad. All right, on to some listener feedback. We'll start with Zim because he addressed our issue last week with his patriotism.
Oh, that's right.
He said, I listened to that yesterday and I have no idea what the fuck I was on about. I haven't even seen Hannibal yet.
Well, watch it now. Watch it with us.
Is it good?
I tried.
Yeah.
Regrettably, I tried some moonshine that a friend made, and it seems I've sent some mysterious messages at this time.
Yeah, because one, I got the impression he hated Hannibal.
Or us,
right?
Two, I got the impression that he hated us even reviewing Hannibal.
Yes.
And it made him want to renounce his patriotism. And I was like, the show is good. I don't know what's going on there.
Fuck you guys. I'm jumping in the ocean. And this week we'll shine the podcast spotlight on Books in the Freezer. This is Books in the Freezer, a podcast dedicated to the deliciously disturbing world of horror fiction. Our topical bi-weekly episodes will cover those scary books that you might want to put in the freezer. But okay. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our recommendations. Lance, you ever put a book in the freezer?
No, but I use a Nook now. I've used it for like 10 years.
Has a book ever been so delicious you want to put it in the freezer?
I don't know, but I'm subscribing. I'm subscribing to the podcast right now. So
yeah, I thought you would like
talking about.
I thought you would like that one, Lance, because it deals with books.
All right, I am now following the show.
Keep,
so
keep it real. You stick with regular books.
No.
I bought a book.
Old school.
Regular books? You mean non-horror? Is that what you're talking about?
Any kind of
book.
You
mean real books? Like
real books.
Yeah. Well, that's cool for graphic.
Remember
novels.
those, Lance?
You can't do graphic novels.
I just bought a graphic
novel,
physical one, and I read it.
But they're so fucking expensive, man. Like the whole Sandman series, I was gonna buy it. The box set is gonna cost like $300 fucking, man.
Look how much. Count all the shitty movies you've rented.
Yeah,
that adds up more than a book.
And all the shitty ones that I bought on iTunes.
And regarding Duel, Zim Bader says, fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that was Tim Davis driving the truck.
Nez posted a hilarious clip on the Action Returns group. Changing the soundtrack makes this an entirely different movie. Check it out.
Oh. Well, you remember that one, Nez?
I don't know. It was a while ago, over a week ago, I think. I don't know. Oh, I forgot.
But they were he was taking his shirt off, and the other guy was like unbuckling his belt buckle.
Wait,
they were getting mixed martial arts.
I was reading.
Oh, it was Way of the Dragon with Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. And I think it was Careless
Who took
Whisper.
their shirt off and undid their belt?
When they were getting ready to fight at the end of Way of the Dragon, Chuck Norris.
I thought we were still talking about Duel. Okay, I know what you're
talking
about.
Okay.
That's the thing I put on there.
That's what I was never mind.
I don't remember that thing.
I kind of spaced out for a second.
All right, Regarding Unseen, Kate Pollock asks, where is it showing? Unseen?
Brian?
You are able to find it.
Yeah.
But if you don't partake, it is available to rent anywhere streaming, and the poster had MGM Plus on it, so I'm assuming eventually it's going to be on there, which I think MGM Plus is a fucking stupid app. Because Amazon, you bought MGM, you bought their catalog, but you're going to have a fucking app for MGM licensed movies. This is
like the CBS All Access remix from Philip that we had a couple of years ago.
Look at what it started.
And then you know what's so fucking stupid?
What's that?
That show we were watching, From?
Yes.
That's well, it was Epix, but Epix is now MGM Plus. Okay. You can watch the first season of From on Amazon Prime.
Oh my God.
Just put MGM stuff on Prime.
Yeah. Well, but then they wouldn't make the extra money. See, I was the lone man standing in front of the tank at Tiananmen Square on CBS All Access, and look what they fucking did. They rolled over me and everybody else. Now it's just normal, and nobody even realizes what happened.
I feel bad now. We should have backed Phil on this. Now it's getting out of hand.
It is. You pay more for streaming services than you do for cable.
It's like
Philip was out there holding up flowers.
I never even heard of this.
It used to be Epix. It's like is one day
I can't keep up with it.
Is one day if we want to watch Pixar movies, we can't watch them on Disney Plus because they're going to have a separate Pixar streaming channel.
Yeah, you can count on that.
Although at that point, Disney's going to own everything that we have, so we'll just be renting it from them. Living in the pods and eating the bugs.
You know who I'm liking right now? I like Peacock because they've been consistently putting out. Don't take your dirty mind there.
You like the cock.
My only issue with them is the way they have it. My only issue is the way they have WWE Network, and I don't like it. It was easier on their own.
It's not the network that it was before. It's just their product on their network.
They just throw it on there and they don't care what we think.
Like if you want to go ahead.
The way they had it, especially if you were watching an old pay-per-view, you can go to the match you wanted. Now it's just you got to fast forward through all the bullshit before you can get to what you want to see.
Lance, they had the WWE Network before. Like if you wanted to watch, I don't know, Sting wrestle Ric Flair in this pay-per-view in 1998 or whatever, you can go to that specific match. You don't have to watch the whole pay-per-view.
Well, that's how it should be.
Now you have to watch the whole pay-per-view or fast forward to it. And if you go to that pay-per-view, say they do that pay-per-view every year.
Yeah.
The years, it's not organized by year sometimes. It's just all kind of mixed matched.
That makes no sense.
But I was talking about Peacock because of the movies, like Cocaine Bear is going to be streaming there Friday.
Oh, wow.
Ah, okay.
Unrated version?
Yeah, the whatever Maximum Carnage or whatever they're calling it.
Ah.
Why would they not have put all that shit in the theater?
No shit. It seems like
you
they
pound version.
So you can buy the Bluray or get Peacock.
There's
like 2 extra scenes. There better be a steelbook too.
I don't think steelbook.
Might as well, man.
I think I just seen a regular release. Not even a slipcase.
Come on, Arrow, or one of you guys. Scream Factory.
And regarding the ruins, that went wild from Unseen. But regarding the ruins, Ryan Stevens says, I remember being pleasantly surprised by this one.
The movie?
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's hella good.
The Killer Plants.
The Aztec Temple.
It was a lot better than the M. Night Killer Tree movie.
Oh, that one, yes.
I like that one. The Happening.
Come on.
It's somewhere back here.
I was about to say, if you have it right there where you can grab it next to Black Christmas.
I'd have to search for it.
What was the one with the guys in the woods and the Wendigo?
Pet Cemetery?
No.
Pet Cemetery. You just heard him stomping in the background.
That new one that was a couple years ago.
No, I think it was one. I get that one and the Ruins confused.
Huh. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I was thinking of the one Nez was
somebody's yelling at us
with the kid.
Yeah, I was thinking of that newer one. That was
maybe I'm just confused. Ignore me. I'll just drink some more whiskey. Regarding Smile, Ryan Stevens says Smile is excellent.
Yeah, agreed.
That was a pretty good surprise for me.
I don't know about excellent, but it was good.
Yeah. There you go. The I Like It Spooky Horror podcast says thanks for sharing.
No problem.
All right.
The Gag Me with a Knife podcast.
I like that.
Sorry, I rarely get on this page on my Facebook, is what they said. But yeah,
no problem.
Gag Me with a Knife. Yeah, I will share that just for the fucking name. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Cinedump says, you guys seen Skinamarink yet? And I guess that means I'm gonna have to.
Nez, Brian,
I changed my mind on it. I changed my mind on it.
I don't think I'll ever change my mind on it.
I mean, I didn't like the experimental shit that they were trying to do because it made you think about it. But it made me think about it so much that I was like, I had to research other people that watched it to hear what they were thinking, and some of them were on the lines of what I thought. So I was like, okay. But if it's one of those ones, hey man, you're just trying to Netflix or Shudder and chill or whatever the hell it's on, and you just want to scare your girl or your guy or whatever, that's not the one.
You're gonna piss somebody off. You show
you're gonna be more confused on what's happening than being scared. So,
like, why are we looking at this dresser?
Yeah, why are we staring at these Legos for 10 minutes?
Stared at these Legos for a 7-minute shot.
And that's why I haven't tried it yet, because all of you guys pretty much said the same thing.
Why?
It's a thinker.
You don't want to watch a movie where you hear dialogue, but you don't really see anybody talking?
Nah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to be really stoned for that.
It won't be in my bottom 10. I can tell you that.
But to be fair, I can see what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
And that I don't think when we get to the end of the year and we make our list, I don't think it'll be on either list. I understand what he was trying to do.
Right.
Fairly
said.
But I will probably never watch it again.
I won't buy it.
You don't want to get the director's
but that's the thing. Is? That's the thing. I kind of have this thing where I try to own the movies that we review.
Yes.
And Nez and I unfortunately reviewed it, so it might have to come to the collection at one point at a reasonable price. It's not going to be a first date.
It's probably got to come in a box with some old school Legos.
That would be cool. Or that toy phone that was in it.
Yeah, right.
That phone costs hella bucks if you try to find it on eBay.
Really?
Yeah, good for whoever made that. Yeah, that shit went up in price just because of that movie.
7 of those when I was a kid.
Whatever they did, they got a whole shitload of buzz for this movie. So
yeah,
I give them that.
I just got a movie that we didn't really care for. VHS Viral. I know we didn't really dig on it too much, but I ended up getting it. I still got to watch the last 2.
You're gonna get a VHS 99 on Steelbook.
Is that going to be on Steelbook?
Walmart. Walmart's getting all the exclusive Steelbooks now.
Jesus.
They might as well. Shit. I haven't even seen it yet. I don't know.
All right.
You don't need to.
And our buddy Mike Marin posted a meme of Jason in the group, and Alan Easterling replied with a receipt from the Thieves Guild. Please check out the poll in the Horror Returns group from Cameron Sullivan and post your answer. Favorite kind of subgenres. Come on, folks, let's make this interesting.
Yeah, come on, man. I mean, we got a listener that actually takes the time to fucking post. I mean, half the time we don't take time to post in the group, and he's over here posting posting something, so I gave it an answer. You guys need to all jump in there and at least pick your favorite subgenre. Come on.
What was yours, Lance?
There was one.
Come on, everybody.
Next time, pin it to the top so people could see it, because I didn't see it either.
Yeah, I gotta find.
I'm in there all the time.
Mine was like those the subgenre of like making wishes, like I think he referred to it as the monkey paw dilemma. So
you didn't have a category for shitty Pet Sematary remixes?
It was a poll.
I think you can add it. I think you can add it, Brian.
It was a poll. Is that what you said it was?
Yeah. Cameron Sullivan posted it. It's in the Horror Returns group.
I know it was like when. What was the date?
We'll look for it, man. I'll send you the link.
I'm scrolling through it.
Let me see if I can find it and pin it to the top.
That's what we need to do, man.
Yep.
And regarding a post of a new house versus a haunted house from Poltergeist, OD.
Nikki. Poltergeist OD. I think he's a rapper.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a movie.
I was like, right? That's what I'm supposed to be saying. Nikki Barnett says it has great bones. Ryan Stevens says not one but two fantastic outdoor spaces. And then let's see. Mike Marin also posted first edition pre-orders coming soon. Synopsis: what if a global storm opened up a rift in time and space, allowing various monsters and madmen to interact? Go to Instagram.com/theboneyardcollectibles. Check that out.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
All his figure photography.
Okay.
Crossover Star Wars with Halloween. I don't know. I mean, things like that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. Check it out.
Hey, Mike does some cool shit. Regarding Tubi Tuesdays, Shark Side of the Moon commentary, Mike Batchelor says, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Shark Side of the Moon.
Tim Davis must be going nuts.
Good name.
Right now. Trying to find that one.
Since I know they listen, you guys should do that new one. It looks kind of shitty. It's on Tubi. It's a Tubi original. It's called Fuck, Marry, Kill.
No.
But then you have to do it.
I'm looking it up now. All right.
You chose to stick your dick in that. Go do it. All right. Our show intro. Oh, Brian, you had a couple of Twitter feedbacks.
Yeah, this one is on Twitter. It was about the Raised by Wolves. Going to Roku. Michelle Del G said, great show. Can't wait to rewatch it. And when I posted it, it got a lot of likes and retweets. So I guess people really liked the show. I don't know. I kind of dropped off in the first season. And then the second one is on Instagram. I posted a meme. It's one of those her, him. And the her part is he's probably thinking about other girls and him. Why did I waste my time and money going to watch Jeepers Creepers Reborn in the theaters? What have I done?
Yes.
That was me. The last two I saw in the theater.
Gotcha.
All four, really.
And we got comments from Horror Goddess 423 saying she should leave him for that stunt. And Jamie Enfuego says better than 3 at least.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The new one was better than 3. Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's what somebody said.
If you want
the 3 was bad, but that was not as good as 4. 4 was garbage.
If you
that
want
was the worst one.
If you want to message Jamie Enfuego, I believe he's part of the Horror Show YouTube channel. So
there you go.
Yeah, I agree with you. They some of the scenes they couldn't even just go outside and film. They had to green screen it.
No, that one was terrible.
That is bad.
Took my $15.
$15.
Ouch.
Yep.
Ouch.
California prices, man.
It was one of those
I think it's the same
one night
Oh, okay, I got
things.
They They had that one night for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and I thought it was on my AMC A list. I'm like, I'll check it out. Fuck it. And it says this is not applicable. It said $15.99 to go see it, and I said, hell no.
No.
I'd rather pay that for Winnie the Pooh than Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Ooh, ouch.
That was like a $30 night. $15 to get in, popcorn, drink. Yeah.
The Winnie the Pooh one wasn't awful. It just could have been so much better.
You know what?
You saw it then?
Yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Okay. I missed it.
I kind of you were here, Lance, so I don't know how you missed it.
How did I miss it then?
Thinking about the movie, I kind of had fun with it. Actually, it's not a great movie, but I kind of had fun with it. It's out there.
Out there.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy. Well,
don't do it, boys and girls.
I think I'd rather see Kill Her Goats after hearing you talk about that one.
Hey,
at least it has a pay. At least it has a payoff. Unlike, you also said Winnie the Pooh. She never got out of her swimsuit, right?
Okay, don't ruin it for me. I want to see it.
Okay.
There's a boob or two in there.
Yeah.
Is there? Okay.
Not as much as Kill Her Goats. That movie is from start to finish.
Softcore porn.
Come on, let's get going.
A Cinemax type movie, late night Cinemax.
It's called Skinemax, Lance, but yeah, let's move on.
My wife's yelling at me. Come on, let's get it going.
All right, that's
all right.
Logos and intro comes from Steve Carlton. Be on the lookout for more great stuff from him. Our original skull artwork comes from Natsulani. And if you'd like to help the show, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. Like our new patron, who is it, Lance?
Legion Podcast.
Of course it is. And we'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount, and for $5 or more a month, also pick a commentary for a future show. So whoever sent it from Legion, man, send us your picks. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, and I'll just say this real quick. Send us your picks quick, because when I make the schedule, it's kind of hard going back. You just threw me off, Lance. What are you talking about, dick
Especially not the whole Legion.
Okay.
See all the entire of Legion podcast dick pics. That'd be like
send your movie picks so I can put them on the schedule. Yeah.
But guess what?
Send your
dick pics go Lance.
Yeah.
Brian, they also get a commentary, because remember we got a 30-day contest going.
Oh, and $1 commentary.
$1 or more, remember? For the next 23 more days.
And for our feature films.
Well, that's our contest. Well, don't call it a contest again. But
needs to move along.
Jump on Patreon, and if you donate $1 or more, we'll let you choose a commentary for us to talk over. So that ought to be fun. Torture us however you want to. Mostly with dick pics to Lance. Featured attractions. We got our fan requested retrospective with Psycho and Psycho 2. This is the first time I've ever watched Psycho 2, by the way.
What?
Same here. Same
here.
What? Same here.
What kind of horror podcast is this? Come on.
But we'll start with the first one, the original OG Psycho. A Phoenix secretary embezzles $40,000, which was a lot back then, from her employer's client, goes on the run and checks into a remote hotel run by a young man under the domination of his mother. Director, of course, is Alfred Hitchcock, also known for Rear Window and Vertigo. Writers are Joseph Stefano and Robert Bloch. Although Janet Leigh was not bothered with by the filming of the famous shower scene, seeing it on film profoundly moved her. She later remarked that it made her realize how vulnerable a woman was in the shower. A man too. To end her life, she always took baths. Oh, to the end of her life, she always took baths. In order to implicate viewers as fellow voyeurs, Sir Alfred Hitchcock used a 50mm lens on his 35mm camera. This gives the closest approximation to the human vision. In the scenes where Norman is spying on Marion, this effect is felt.
Real quick, I had to look it up. $40,000 would be the equivalent of over $400,000 today.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Inflation.
I'll tell you what, man. What a thing 80 years does. 80 years. We're 80 years removed from 1960.
Wow.
What the fuck? 60 years.
That's insane. 86?
60 years.
What?
60 years.
Yeah, it's got to be 60, dude.
I was doing quick drunk math.
Naz and I aren't that old.
60 years, my bad.
63 years.
You're closer than I am.
I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. All right, so 60 years ago, $40,000 is $400,000. Nez, what'd you think about the original Psycho?
Oh, this movie's fucking awesome, man. I love it. The first time I had seen it, shout out to Channel 44, KBHK in Oakland, California, San Francisco Bay Area, whatever you want to call it. That was the first time that I had heard of it and seen it. On Fridays and Sundays, they showed 8 o'clock movies, and I think it was a Friday night when I watched it. I remember hearing about it because my friend's mom, she was into horror movies and everything, and she was like, "Oh, you should watch this one. It's really good. It's coming on tonight." So I sat there and watched it. I remember being bored with the beginning because I don't know, I was pretty young when I first seen it. But as I got older, and I just recently watched it not too long ago with my son, and because he wanted to see all these Psycho movies, we went through the whole series, minus the TV shows.
How many
Base Motel. Oh no, there's 4 movies.
4 movies, a remake, and a TV series.
Remake. It was pretty good. I liked it. What's his name? Gus Van Sant. It was good. I wasn't buying what's his name as Norman Bates though.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Was it Anne Heche?
Yep. But this one was good. I mean, now that I'm older and I can appreciate it and everything, I love the cinematography. My favorite scene in it is when that one dude gets slashed in the face and he goes down the stairs. I liked what they did. Basically, he was just standing there and there was a screen behind him. Or that's what it looks like. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but I loved that scene, and it was pretty brutal the way Mrs. Bates came out and just slashed him in the face, and then he fell backwards, and then I don't know how many stairs that was, but he had good balance all the way down those stairs until he fell. And then she just started going to work and started stabbing him. As a little kid watching that, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So, but I loved everything that happened in it. The ending was awesome when we see Norman Bates sitting there and then he stares at the camera. I thought that was really cool. The whole reveal of him just being crazy and with his mom and everything. I just loved it all. Anthony Perkins, amazing actor. I loved him in all the Psycho films, and I loved him in The Black Hole. If you guys have Disney Plus, check out that movie. It's a highly underrated Walt Disney sci-fi film. If you got Disney Plus, it's on there. But yeah, I love this film. I think this was the very first Alfred Hitchcock film that I had seen. So then I started going watching all his other ones. Rear Window. No, I'm sorry. The Birds is probably my favorite out of his films.
Birds is a good one.
But this film is awesome. I love it. I mean, to me, it was more thriller type of thing, suspense thriller. But I mean, just because
you had a slasher. I mean, it was
but this was I know, but it wasn't. It was not like the next one, but this one was really good. It's an amazing film. I love it. I have it in like many VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray now. I don't know if they ever did steelbooks, because if they did, I'd have them. But I love this movie. Awesome. Yeah.
I'll grab mine real quick.
There's a steelbook? Oh man.
There you go.
Now I gotta look it up and buy it.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab mine.
But awesome film, everyone.
All right, Lance, what'd you think?
Well, we already covered this in the Year in Horror 1960, so I won't go into too much detail. But I mean, a couple of things that I noticed this time that we didn't talk about last time, just barring all the iconic scenes and twists and turns and, you know, main character or main protagonist being killed off more than halfway through the movie. I really enjoyed the way that they wrapped the movie up, because they kind of made it sort of like a mystery. Like, I thought at first that the private investigator was working for the bank, And then I thought, okay, well, maybe the private investigators working for the millionaire. And then you find out he was actually working for the sister of the lady who stole the money and got killed. So I thought that was an interesting twist. But yeah, this was like the original, Vata twist type movie where you don't really see what's coming. Extremely well written, based on a great novel. That's all I'll say about it.
Did you get the 4K one?
Oh, did you find it?
Now we're talking Steelbook.
Did you get the 4K one, the Best Buy one?
Yeah, I can't find it. I would have to pull out a bunch of stuff.
It's the black cover with the knife and her face in it. That one.
I have 2 different Steelbooks.
There's that one. Then there's the pink looking one with the house and the drain.
Yeah, I have both.
And then there's a third one. It's like the old movie poster on the front. And right now it looks like that's the cheapest one because I might
have 3 now. I'm thinking about it. I don't know why.
I am not paying the $70 for the 4K one because
you guys have a compulsion, man.
It's out of print.
I think Brian already has it. He probably bought it when it was cheaper.
If it's a movie I own, you really have to get me with the artwork.
That makes sense. What'd you think about the movie?
Oh, I loved it. I got introduced to Hitchcock through watching the TV series Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then my dad was like, saw that I liked the show, and he was like, "You ever seen Psycho?" And I was like, "What's Psycho?" And then he showed me, or first he told me about it, and then I was like, "Oh, I do recognize what he was talking about from the shower scene." So he showed me the movie. And at the time when I was young, I was a little bit bored with the beginning, the setup. Yeah. But now I love the setup, the inner dialogue she has going through her head. Just, am I going to get caught? Creating the conversation of the cop and the car salesman and what they're saying. Like, how would she know what they're saying? She's creating it all in her head.
Mm-hmm.
The whole build up to what actually happens in the shower. If I kind of wish I would have seen it with adult eyes now, because I would have been more shocked, because as a young kid I didn't understand. If I would have seen this now, I would have thought Marion Crane was the main character of the movie, and she is not the main character.
Mm-hmm.
She gets killed off super early, and I just like that bold choice they made for that movie. I'm sure the crowd back then was kind of like, what the fuck, we've been following this lady this whole time and she gets killed. And then the whole stuff with Norman and that is my favorite scene too, Nez. The guy that gets slashed across the face and he's like, oh, down the stairs.
Yeah.
And one scene that really bothered me, just throw in there real quick. I love the movie, but one scene bothered me up until this rewatch was when he comes at Lila at the end and he's dressed as his mother, and then what's his name, Sam, grabs him and he's not able to fight Sam off. Always bothered me.
Did it?
But
the only thing that bothered me was the voice, the mother's voice. You could tell it was an actual actress,
Well, that kind of added to it because she was supposed to be a different person than he was. But now the whole scene doesn't bother me now, because maybe he's not able to fight Sam off because that's not Sam, that's his mother. And maybe she's not as strong as Norman would have been.
Okay.
Because if he's taking on this complete,
if he's really taking on the personality, I got you.
But
I like the voice of Mrs. Bates, which was cool, because if it was Anthony Perkins, Norman Bates doing the voice, they would
right.
That's him. So I liked the choice on
realistic though.
Come on, when did this?
Well, but it's what he hears in his head.
Yeah. But I liked that they back then they tried to throw everyone off that hadn't seen the films. Obviously, when everyone saw the film, then they spoiled it to everyone else.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I liked that they did it that way.
Yeah, I like the voice too. It just added a different layer to what was going on in his head. Just that whole dialogue at the end when she's like, "I'm not even going to swat this fly away. I'm just going to sit here and let them think that not let them think that it's me at all, and then that slow look up to the camera with that smile. Classic.
Yeah. It took 23 years, but eventually that paid off. He had him convinced that he wouldn't hurt a fly, but it took 23 years.
Yep.
Well, Hitchcock, man, master of suspense. And this is definitely my favorite movie from him. I think it still holds up after 60 years. And I got the number right this time. And the beginning part is a little slow, which is really the only reason I didn't show my kids this movie, because I don't think they'd hang in there through the black and white build up.
They might.
I doubt it. that has really nothing to do with the action that comes later. I enjoy it now as an adult, but yeah, younger me looking back at it, the beginning, the first half of this movie was always kind of boring to me. But I definitely appreciate it now, and man, really fantastic movie. Like, you compare this with some of the shit that comes out in 1960, and it's not even close. Like that's always sort of my go-to. Like we look at special effects on 90s movies, and we're like, well, that's when Jurassic Park came out. So
I know. So where's the excuse, right?
Yeah. And we look at some movies from the 60s, and we're like, well, it was from the 60s. Well, so was Psycho, but it was fucking amazing. So there's that.
This was a lot better than the other movie we covered in the year of 1960. Brian, remember Peeping Tom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. This was definitely a solid fucking movie, man. Let's do scores. Nez, what do you think?
I go 9. 9. I love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it was. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know. As the other films came out, we'll get into the next one. But yeah, 9.
Best Hitchcock movie?
No, The Birds was my favorite.
Oh, that's right, The Birds. That's my second favorite. Lance.
I gave it 9.5 back when we did the Year in Horror 1960. I think I'll stick with that, man.
Yeah.
I think the writing and I think the acting and the twist before twists were a thing really means a lot.
Yeah.
And then having basically two separate movies where once the protagonist dies off, you've got a completely different cast of characters and a totally different trajectory of the story. So I'll stick with it, man. It's almost a 10, 9.5.
Really quick, to me, the reveal at the end when we finally see Norman come running in dressed up as a mom, just the lighting of the shot and the look on his face, the expression, to me, it just gave me chills.
Yeah.
Thinking about
his acting added a lot.
He looks so happy.
Added a lot. Did y'all notice? Did y'all notice when she was driving and her internal dialogue was going on? She just got this weird, creepy smile when she had the money and was driving. It's like, what the fuck is going through this woman's mind, man?
She thought she got away with it until she was at the stoplight and her boss walked across her and was looking at her and smiled. And then he was like, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be homesick?
Right?
I mean, imagine if you're driving with $400,000 or $400,000 in your trunk.
$400,000.
Yeah.
These old movies like this, especially the way they film. I mean, even on sitcoms and everything, with the scene behind you and them driving, going.
Right.
Well, nobody drives like that.
they still do that on Saturday Night Live.
I like it. I like it was like this, but the background is moving so slow.
Yeah,
right.
Have you really tried to drive like that? You're getting pulled over immediately.
Yeah. Well, it's a movie, man. It's
side of the road.
It's a 1960 movie, folks.
Well, they didn't have everything.
Oh no,
right?
Brian.
I have to give it a 9. It's not 100% perfect to me, but it is a classic. And if I had to rank it in my Alfred Hitchcock, I would go Birds, Rear Window, and then
Rear Window. Yeah.
Psycho.
I'd go Psycho, then Rear Window. Then
I go I go Rear Window, Psycho, and then The Birds.
And then Vertigo.
Vertigo.
I wasn't a huge fan. I really thought I'd like it a lot more than maybe the remake will get me. Maybe we can cover it for the show, Brian.
With Tony Stark.
Isn't Dane DeHaan in the remake?
It might as well, man.
Why not? They cast him and then they canceled the project.
I'm gonna go Psycho, Birds, Rear Window, and I'm gonna give this one a 10.
Nice.
I think it's a
perfect movie.
About as perfect as it gets, man. It's a pretty great horror movie.
Wow.
Always a great rewatch.
Man.
I almost wanted to deduct a couple of points, or not a couple of points, but maybe a half a point for it being a little bit slow. But I kind of like that it's slow.
You kind of needed that, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it works really well. I like that it was black and white. I love the effects. I love the suspense. The twist before it was a twist. This movie set things in motion that can no longer be undone. You know what I mean?
I know. I stepped away for a minute. Did anybody bring up the music? Because the music's iconic.
No.
Oh no! Awesome.
Yeah.
That gets a 10. I mean, the sound, the score.
Take that into the Spider-Verse. You're no longer our top-rated movie. I think this one.
We all gave Spider-Verse 10s.
Yeah.
I think we did. I can't wait for the fucking sequel. That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be an IMAX movie. Or is it gonna be available in 3D, Naz? Do you know?
Probably. It should be.
It has to be.
Everybody's seen the trailer, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like they did the point scene, but it was like with hundreds of Spider-Man. Or like
I love it.
I missed it seeing that first one in 3D.
You're gonna have a hard time making it as good as the first one, I think.
I think they might get there.
I think it'll be good, but I don't know if it's gonna be as good as the first one. But who knows? I could be wrong.
Fair enough.
I think at the least it'll be just as good.
Ooh, strong words.
Hopefully, we'll see.
1983.
Psycho 2, 1983. After 22 years of psychiatric care, Norman Bates attempts to return to a life of solitude, but the specters of his crimes and his mother continue to haunt him.
Mother.
Director is Richard Franklin, also known for Road Games and Beastmaster.
Cloak and Dagger.
Yep.
Lest we forget.
The original shower head used in Psycho was supposed to have been used in this film as well. However, just before filming was to commence, someone stole it.
And then sold it on eBay.
Probably. In 1983. Actor Anthony Perkins was given an audio cassette tape of the opening title theme by composer Jerry Goldsmith. The music allegedly brought Perkins to tears.
Well, I mean, that was a part of a big moment in his life. And then he heard it years later, the original copy of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Power of music.
All right. Nez, what'd you think about Psycho 2?
Oh, this is my favorite one out of the 4 films.
No shit.
Better than the original?
Out of the original 4 with Anthony Perkins, minus the Van Zandt one. But man, this movie was awesome. I mean, I know I was hyped up for it when it came out. We saw it at the drive-in. I can't remember what the second movie was, but I was ready for it. Because I mean, the way the first one ended, and it was such a long time ago, 22 years before?
Yeah, long time for a sequel.
Yeah, so when it came out, I mean, I remember seeing the trailer and going, "Whoa, we're getting another one." And then when they announced this one to come out, then it started with the reruns a little more frequently with the first film. So, but when I came out and saw it, I fucking love this film. The beginning was awesome, how it was black and white, then it rolled into color. I love the ending, the way it ended, another twist, and we're like, what? Blew my mind. And what's her name? Meg Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly's sister.
Yeah. Everybody that was in it was awesome. Even Robert was it Loggia, him. He's badass in everything he's in.
Oh yeah, he shows up in everything.
Yeah, I love it when he pops up and he's all sleazy and everything.
Right.
But man, this movie was awesome. I loved it. I still love it today. Like I said, this is my favorite one out of the series. I'm glad Scream Factory did this one, because they didn't really fill it up with extras, but they put in enough. From what I understood, they wanted this one to be more of well, this is 80s, so the slasher films were coming up. They wanted it to be a slasher. From what I was understood, Anthony Perkins didn't want it to be like, I guess it was going to be worse than what it was, with the violence.
More violent. Okay.
I would have liked to have seen that, but he really kind of told him, no, it doesn't need to be like that. But of course,
it's not that kind of franchise, right?
But that's what the studio was pushing. Nah, man, you need to put this in it, more in it. And I think what they did put in it was pretty graphic for 1983. I loved it. The scenes, when the death scenes and everything and what was happening, I thought that was really cool. And just Anthony Perkins in a whole did an amazing film. And I loved how the Lila and her mom were trying to make Norman go nuts after he came out. And what they were doing, torturing him basically through the whole movie. I mean, I guess he did slip up or flip out at the end, but it was good. I loved what they were doing and what was going on, and I loved Meg Tilly and how she was with her mom on what they were trying to do to Norman, and then she kind of turned after she got to know Norman, and saying that no, he's a good guy. Now, and she's like, no, he killed your aunt. No, hell no, he's got to be locked away. And it was awesome. I loved everything about this film. And the very, very last scene that we see on the screen is the poster when he's standing on the stairs looking up at his mom. I was like, oh man, this was an amazing film. I know a lot of people didn't care for the next three films after the first one, but I love this one. This is like, out of Psycho films, like I said, this is my number one favorite out of all the original four films. Yeah, the Psycho 2 is fucking awesome.
Better than Hitchcock. Lance, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it, man. I think it was cleverly written. The gaslighting that the mom and the daughter were doing that she didn't realize they were doing until we were halfway into the movie was a good twist. The way that he kind of won over, Meg Tilly's character, and she kind of started to believe in him and believe that he really was cured. The fact that you really didn't know, early in the movie, there's a scene where he goes back into the house and his mind replays a scene from when he was a kid, and his mom was yelling at him and stuff like that, and the poison tea shenanigans and that type of thing, and that was pretty. That was pretty graphic as far as making you see what was going on inside Norman's mind. So I thought that was well done. Plot twists were interesting. I definitely thought Loggia was involved in it at one point until, he got his, which is eerily similar to the guy that fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
The way that they did that setup. But yeah, I mean, it was a nice, clever movie. It was well done. I wouldn't say that it was as perfectly shot as the original one is. I mean, no. I see what you're getting at, and it's got that 1983 vibe, and there were definitely more kills in this one, a little bit more excitement. It started off with more action, it was a lot faster paced than the original movie.
Flowed a little better.
I'm trying to think of something to fault with it. There's really not a whole lot I could come up with to fault. I mean, was it a little bit? Did they kind of what do they call it? Retcon, when they sort of have an idea from the original person that writes the original script and does the first film, and then they kind of make a flip or a change in the second one. That when you look back at it, you're like, well, does it fit with that narrative or doesn't it? And it kind of does, but it kind of didn't come up in that. That sort of took me out a little bit, but. I can't say a whole lot of bad things about the movie. I definitely enjoyed it, man. I liked the twists and turns. So liked all the characters, and there's no way you can diss the acting in this movie. Everybody did their job.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the end when his real mother pops up?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
They really did
like a cheap way to do it, right?
I liked what they did there. I like what they did really quick. I like what they did there, but they really didn't go into it more with the next two films. They kind of just
don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, man.
No,
I
I'm just saying.
The next two yet either.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, the next two were good, but I'm just saying they kind of left you off like, oh, cool, but then we're gonna tell you this other story.
That's the only thing that kind of bothered me when they brought that in, and that he had a different mother and was adopted or whatever. Come on, man. But other than that, I had a fun time watching the movie.
But it helped with what was going on in it, with between Lila and her mom. It kind of helped to that because there was times where they were unsure.
I mean, this movie reminds me of onions and ogres, layers. You know what I mean?
and another, I mean, they tried to throw the audience off too. They tried to throw the audience off too because you got the mom and the daughter going, well, I didn't do it. I thought you did it, and then they're like, no. And then they get the audience thinking, well, maybe it was Norman.
And it also helped with the scene when the mother and daughter, Lila and Mary, arguing at the hotel, and the front desk guy is overhearing.
Yes, that was a particularly nosy front desk guy, Brian.
Well, I mean,
he was like.
Probably
he was like my wife when we go to Bourbon Street or something.
I was gonna say he did a lot less than I would have been doing. I probably would have been over there like rearranging something next to them.
Dusting off the fake flowers.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Brian, what'd you think?
This is by far the most underrated sequel there is out there. Not enough people talk about it. I think this movie is just as good as the original one. I do see what you guys are saying about the end, but I think it just kind of added to the who did it, who's doing it aspect of the movie. I thought the acting was phenomenal in it. For him to come back over 20 years later to do this character again, he didn't really miss a beat to me. He he kind of added to the character, playing this guy that's been put away for over 20 years and he gets released.
Yeah. I totally bought into it, man, that he was Norman Bates all the way.
The kills I thought were, for them not to hold back a little bit, I thought they were pretty fucking good. We talked about Robert Loggia, kind of a shout or callback to the original one with the Private Eye getting killed up the stairs, except they made it a little bit more gruesome where he gets accidentally stabbed, falls down the stairs, and for his poor luck, it pushes the knife in even more.
He just landed right on it.
Lila Loomis getting the knife right down the throat.
Yeah,
that was my favorite kill.
Even what's his name, the piece of shit guy, Mr. Toomey. The sleazy guy.
Yeah.
He just gets slashed across his face. I thought that was a great.
Dennis Franz. There he is.
That's a great character, man.
I thought that was a great effect with him getting slashed across the face.
That's what I liked. I liked the look on his face. The look on his face when he spins around and it was a close-up shot and his mouth drops and do you have cigarette in his mouth? I think I don't remember, but that was cool.
It was 83. I'm sure he had a cigarette.
Yeah, he's always the same sleazeball and everything.
Even the kill when he finally meets his mother and she's telling him how basically she abandoned him, but after finding out what they were doing to her baby boy, and he just loses it. Even him hitting over the head with the shovel, that was brutal too.
That was brutal, dude.
She's laying on the floor, convulsing and.
Well, she also murdered a bunch of people, so
they really hit her. Well, I guess she had something back there, but they really think he really did hit her.
It looked like it. Yeah.
And two things.
Okay.
The sandwiches, man. He made me feel like Billy Bob Thornton
milk and sandwiches.
Bad Santa. I was like, what is with this guy and sandwiches?
I'll make some sandwiches.
We spent the last 20 years in a fucking insane asylum.
And then the teenagers that snuck in the attic. My boy, that's not how you fill up a girl. Her boob's not way up here.
But I love how they had they've done it before.
Yeah.
They had the little tucked away sleeping bag and then just rolled it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just roll it out.
Come on, young ladies. You guys are better than that, man. Don't go with some kid in some basement. Don't break into someone's house to go do it in the basement on a dirty, dusty sleeping bag.
If he'd come from prison, Philip, he would have mixed ramen with everything. Am I right?
That's it. You should have had that instead of the sandwiches.
Yeah, like
who uses a big butcher knife?
In the 60s, and he'd come out of jail.
Yeah, and then not only that, he had a big butcher knife, but he's like pressing down super hard on the sandwich, cutting it. Like,
of course,
your damn handprint is in the sandwich now. All right, that's all I got to say.
All right.
Yeah, man. I had heard a lot of people say that this one was or I have heard, I guess would be the more correct English way to say that, that this was their favorite of the series, and I can kind of understand why, man. It was a little more mainstream than Psycho would have been, you know, because that sort of seems like I mean, I know it's Hitchcock and it's giant, but it was more of a fucking
say that again
project, you know.
Let me timestamp that. It's a giant what, Philip?
Giant Hitchcock.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it seemed like more of a passion project from Hitchcock, right? Like every scene had to be exactly the way that he wanted it. And this one seemed more like a real movie that we would watch.
Like a movie.
You know what I mean?
Got you.
And so it did maybe flow a little better. Definitely not as much suspense, but the action kept going. And it did sort of keep you guessing the whole time. Yeah. Although halfway through the movie, I was thinking that the girls were the ones that were doing the murders.
I did too.
To which I was
I thought Logia was. So they did their job. They kept me guessing.
But I was like, why would the girls murder these fucking random people instead of just, you know, murdering the guy that they're trying to drive crazy?
Yeah.
But
that's why they were thinking. Yeah, they were setting them up. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think that adding the storyline with the real mother kind of helped it out, because
it did.
Because you're thinking it wasn't Norman, it was Mary and Lila, but it wasn't really Mary and Lila, it was this other lady.
Sure.
Because you thought he was not really talking to anybody on the phone,
but
he really was talking to someone on the phone.
Yeah, it tied it together, but it sort of felt like it tied it together with like a MacGuffin, you know?
Yeah.
They're just like, how do we fix this? He has a real mother.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't, to me, I think the main reason they made this was because of the whole slasher kick was going strong in the 80s. So too. And they wanted to continue. Hey, we need to put one out too. Hey, let's go back to the well. We got Psycho. Let's make another one. And
I like that it wasn't like typical slasher stuff, you know? Like, I don't know, maybe it would have been cooler with a little more gore. Like I said, I really liked the kill where it went through her face. That was kind of awesome at the end there. And then I did like the way that they ended it. They tied it together without leaving too many plot holes.
That was pretty graphic.
Yeah.
The part that really made me just was when Lila was just like totally convinced that Norman was nuts, and he was coming at her.
Yeah.
And she was holding holding the knife, and he grabbed it with both hands. And she just pulled it out. I went,
Yeah.
You could feel that, huh?
Yeah. Well, he had kind of lost it at that point, I think.
Yeah. He was pretty far gone then.
But yeah, I think they did a great. Anthony Perkins was phenomenal, and he really sold the whole movie. And Meg Tilly was pretty great too. All the acting was really good, man. They definitely sold this movie. It was definitely the most underrated sequel, especially since I'd never seen it before. It was a fun watch.
And she is cute as a button. You do kind of have to wonder, would she, trust going to live with somebody like that, and like why the manager at the deli didn't hey, wait a minute, something weird's going on here.
Oh, by the way, he killed
he's like twice your age,
so maybe that's a bad idea.
Yeah,
but it was a different time. too.
Yeah, but
Just fighting with her boyfriend.
But it makes you think, why she would even go stay there? But then when you find out what the plan is with her and her mother,
it makes perfect sense then. I'm just saying, Brian, that the people around. I'm thinking the people around, like the guy that ran the deli, should have been more like.
That guy didn't give a shit. He needed help in the kitchen.
True.
He needed somebody to read the orders to him while he cooked.
And did y'all notice all the cartons of cigarettes they had stacked up above the oven? Like I guess they sell cigarette packs out of it's the 80s, a different time, right?
Yeah,
that's when you could smoke in the in little grease spoon diners.
Yeah. Well, what's his name walked in when he was talking shit. Toomey. He was smoking a cigarette, leaning over the counter.
Yeah, good old Toomey. That's right.
He looked like a Winston guy.
Why did they even let him out? He murdered a shitload of people.
He didn't murder anybody. His mother did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh. What?
Crazy.
He's cured.
He's cured.
He's cured.
It's 83.
Nah,
he wouldn't hurt a fly.
You're going to lock somebody away for some shit like that. You can't let them back out on the street because that's what happens.
The budget for this one was $5 million, and it boxed office $34.7 million. So
that's why there's more sequels.
They made their money back.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get a Psycho 3.
Maybe a 4.
Scores. Nez, what'd you think?
Oh, this is a 10 all the way.
10.
I love this. This one's amazing. I love it. Yep, hella good.
Lance?
It's an 8. It's an 8. It's a damn good movie, man. Damn good movie. I love the plot twist. I love Meg Tilly. I loved all of the acting was phenomenal, and really nothing was too silly. Again, the only thing that made it less than what it could have been for me was the fact that they're bringing in a real biological mother, and that threw me off a little bit. But other than that, it's a good solid 8.
Brian?
What I give Psycho a 9?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I give this a 9.5. I
Damn.
love it. I love it more than I love the original. I've seen it more times. I thought Anthony Perkins coming back.
Take that, Hitchcock.
I thought he didn't miss a beat coming back. I love that they brought Vera Miles back. The same actress that played Lila Loomis brought her back. Meg Tilly was good.
She did great.
Robert Loggia, of course, you would think he was in on it because he's played so many of them type of characters before. So I kind of love the misdirect. I think that was on purpose. And I thought the deaths were good, and I love the twist in it. And I stand by my word. This is the most underrated sequel out there.
I think you're right on that, but I'm going to give it a 9. Damn. I don't think it was as good as the original because it's hard to beat Hitchcock. But
wait till we get to the remake.
Yeah.
It's good. I still liked it, but
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn's still making sandwiches.
Yep. He's looking through holes, doing extra.
But no, man, this one was really solid, and it was more of a fun movie.
Yeah,
than
agreed. Yep,
for sure. So I'll
give
the devil its due.
Okay, so it's getting late, guys. So as always, we want to thank you all for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. You can find us at www.thehorrorreturns.com or reach us at thehorrorreturns@gmail.com. Please consider becoming a Patreon patron. If you like what you hear, rate us and review us on iTunes or whatever you listen to. And I think we get 23 more days on that Patreon contest. If you just simply give $1 or more, you can not only pick 3 movies for us to cover, but a film for us to do a commentary. So we might get really busy here. But
can I get $1?
Nez and Brian, what can we expect with wrestling, guys?
Wrestling Returns coming with WrestleMania 39. Action, we got to draw Revenge of the Ninja, then Ninja 3, The Domination.
Ninja 3, after The Domination. Somebody beat you to the punch. Somebody covered it last week. What
about Three Ninjas?
No disrespect to them. I'm sure they did a good job, but come over here. You want a full breakdown of Ninja 3, The Domination.
All right.
Stream Fiends, we got Set It Off coming too. So.
All right. Nez, anything else coming up on Mac, Nez?
I got an episode I'm gonna drop. Brian and I are gonna cover Clown Motel. The movie came out 2019, I believe. And we're gonna talk about my experience there, and I'm gonna drop also in that episode the interview with Christopher. I didn't get his last name, and yeah, that's coming. Magnez, I got episode, just kind of my wrap up of going back to Arizona. Amazing. My grandmother, she's gonna be on the show, so got a little
nice.
small little interview with her. I had to do a lot of yelling. Man. She's 96, so I had to yell for some of it.
She get some ghost stories in there?
No, more than just family history. So some stuff that kind of.
She tell you stop yelling at her?
No. Yeah, well, I was sitting right next to her, but no, she told me some things that I didn't know about our family. I mean, nothing bad, but just like, wait, what, really? So
hey,
it was
at least
that type
she remembers,
of stuff.
Man. I can't really talk to her grandparents too much anymore.
So the listeners will be learning things about you and your family along with you, basically.
Yeah, the stuff that it's only like a few minutes, and it's not very long. At East Society, we were supposed to record an episode tonight, but I don't think that's happening. I got to get in there and put those kids to bed. But yeah, just go over to Podbean, search Magnaz or East Society, and listen to all the nonsense we got over there. And then shoot on over to, what the fuck is it called now? It's not Anchor anymore. It's Spotify for podcasters. I don't know why they're calling it that. But yeah, our link to all that is in our show notes for East Society. Just go click over there and listen to everything over there. Yeah, and that's it. Follow us on Instagram, East Society Podcast, Magnez Pod, TikTok,
buy a t-shirt.
Thing. Yeah, buy a t-shirt. Shout out to whoever bought a Magnez t-shirt. Someone bought. I don't know who buys these things. I just say, hey, you got a notification. Someone bought a shirt. Right on. You forgot the other two. Pick up the other two East Society ones as well. Speaking of t-shirts, I need to get a Horror Returns one before we go down there. Before I come down there. So
yeah, man, go look it up. www.horrorreturns.com. Buy a t-shirt. They're awesome.
Yep, I need one.
Yep. So Brian, I got some disturbing news from Bede in Australia that Renfield 8 has been pushed back there. Same here? Or are we still covering it this week?
I have not heard anything about it, but we're different country, so I know they get movies differently.
All right,
yeah, they have weird licensing sometimes.
If there's a change, I will let everybody know. I always have backup shows planned. So.
Oh yes, you do.
All right. Since we returned to Trump.
Speaking of Bede, check out Bede versus the Living Dead. All his episodes are awesome. Check those out. Shout out to Bede and
big time.
Yeah.
All right, so if all goes to plan, it's Renfield and the original Dracula next week. So Kevin, until the horror returns again.
The black and white Dracula.
Yeah.
1931. Bela Lugosi.
Oh, okay. Someone needs to do the is it 80s or I think it's 70 something, late 70 something.
It's the Count
I know the one you're talking about. The Hammer?
No.
Count Dooku.
No.
Count Dooku. That's the Hammer one, right?
The Franklin Jella, is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, Franklin that's right. Franklin Jella. Okay.
Yeah, we need to do that one at some point.
We'll do that one.
Yeah, I love that movie anyway. But yeah, come back next week for more. So until then, good night.
All right.